All right, welcome back. You're watching NTV Tonight, our extended wall-to-wall coverage of the final journey of Raila Odinga. Now, the Kenyan security apparatus faced an unprecedented nightmare as they struggled to enforce the program laid out for receiving the body of the late former Prime Minister Raila Odinga at JKIA. Security plans collapsed amid widespread breaches, thousands of mourners converged, and what was meant to be a day of mourning and orderly public viewing turned chaotic. Some mourners were shot and injured as they were forcibly removed from Kasarani Stadium before the viewing could commence. Critical government installations, including the airport and parliament, were breached, as NTV's Laban Shaban tells us.
They left their daily hassles to pay tribute to the former premier. Security lines and roadblocks meant little to those whose affection overflowed. They surged past barriers at the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, not in anger, but in yearning to be part of a national homecoming. For 2 hours, the region's busiest airport came to a standstill. Flights grounded, airspace briefly closed, the kind of halt only a figure of monumental impact could cause. The Kenya Airports Authority confirmed that JKIA airspace was closed from 10:26 a.m. to 12:26 p.m. to allow enhanced security rescreening following the arrival of the late Raila Odinga's remains. Members of the public and travelers were advised to avoid the JKIA area until further notice. According to the Kenya Civil Aviation Authority, mourners gained access to restricted areas, prompting a precautionary closure of operations. The official program was clear and tight. 8:30 a.m. arrival at JKIA, 10 a.m. brief stop at Lee Funeral Home, and then at noon, procession to State House before public viewing at Parliament. But the clock quickly fell apart. Barely an hour after the touchdown, mourners had breached security perimeters at the airport, forcing a full suspension of operations. The body never made it to Lee and the State House and Parliament. Timelines proved logistically impossible to achieve. By mid-morning, the day's schedule had dissolved, overtaken by human emotion and crowd pressure. But as the body left the airport, it became clear the government machinery was unprepared for what awaited outside. The sheer human tide overwhelmed every plan and protocol. Police lines buckled under pressure, convoys stalled and slowed amid crowds that simply would not be held back. At Lee Funeral Home, the plan to briefly rest the body was abandoned. The area remained restricted, barricaded, with police standing guard as mourners chanted, pleading for access. Agwings-Kodhek Road was a no-go zone to the public. The area was completely cordoned off with heavy presence of police. By midday, Parliament was overrun. Officials quietly dropped the schedule for public viewing there, declaring it logistically impossible. The cortege was rerouted to Kasarani Stadium. But even Kasarani Stadium offered little relief. Thousands were already inside, thousands more outside the gates. Police fired tear gas to disperse surging crowds. Chaos followed as several persons were shot. It remains unclear if they survived, while several others were injured in the melee. Stadium infrastructure broken and the facility perimeter was breached as security forces struggled to regain control. Across the city, businesses pulled down their shutters, some out of respect, others out of fear. Locks on doors, deserted shopfronts, and traffic diversions turned Nairobi into a city half celebrating and half hesitating. The government security planners appeared visibly overrun. the day unfolding faster than their coordination could catch up. A program built for the order dissolved into raw emotion where love defied control. The lockdown wasn't of policy, but of people, a collective force the state could neither predict or contain. A day meant for solemn order became a test of preparedness and a reminder that even the strongest systems can stumble before the power of public feeling. But it could be definitely have been handled better. Laban Shaban, NTV.